The Eagles' 22-19 overtime loss to the Chargers delivered a complex mix of elite defensive play and crushing disappointment. Philadelphia's defensive front produced one of its most commanding performances of the season. 7 sacks, relentless pressure, and constant disruption defined the night. Yet, despite their best efforts, the results slipped away. The loss stung because the effort was undeniable. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert struggled under the Eagles' assault. His 46.2% completion rate marked a career low, while his passer rating of 59.6 reflected constant duress. The Eagles pressured him on a staggering 68.3% of his dropbacks, per next-gen stats. That figure stands as the highest by any NFL team this season. It also ranks third in a single game since 2018. Philadelphia's defense made its presence felt from the opening whistle. Herbert had little time to settle into rhythm or find comfort in the pocket. Pass rushers collapsed the interior and edge simultaneously. The Chargers were forced into quick throws and desperate decisions. Still, in the end, the defensive masterpiece wasn't enough to secure victory. The frustration was evident throughout the team. The contrast between defensive brilliance and offensive struggles became the night's defining narrative. Fans and analysts alike praised the defense for performing at an elite level. But the inability to convert stops into points proved costly. The high-pressure output showed championship-caliber potential. Yet the team left with only regret and a lingering sense of what could have been. This loss came at a pivotal moment in the Eagles' season. Dropping 3 straight games has heightened urgency inside the locker room. The defense demonstrated growth and identity, but the inconsistency elsewhere held the team back. The challenge now is turning strong moments into complete, winning performances. The late-season test continues. Jalen Hurts leads a furious pass rush attack. Rookie Jalen Hurts delivered the best performance of his young career. His 2.5 sacks, forced fumble, and 8 tackles showcased elite potential. Hurts attacked blockers with precision and violence. His speed and strength overwhelmed the Chargers' offensive line repeatedly. Monday's game marked a breakout moment that will elevate expectations moving forward. Hurts credited preparation and film study for the dominant outing. He emphasized how much the defensive unit focused on identifying weaknesses in the Chargers' protection. According to Hurts, their scouting from prior weeks played a major role. The team entered the game with clarity and confidence. Their execution reflected that preparation perfectly. Despite the individual success, Hurts expressed no satisfaction afterward. His comments revealed a mindset centered on team results, not personal accolades. He insisted that statistical dominance means little without a victory. The rookie's maturity resonated with teammates and coaches. It underscored the accountability culture within the defensive room. Hurts spoke openly about the pain of losing close games. He acknowledged mistakes that need addressing, especially in critical moments. Veteran Brandon Graham's mentorship helped guide Hurts' post-game perspective. Graham taught him the importance of owning losses and learning from them. Hurts embraced that message fully after Monday's defeat. The defensive line's performance gave the Eagles a chance to win. However, Hurts stressed that it wasn't enough at the end of the day. His comments reflected the emotional weight of the loss. Philadelphia's defense produced championship-level pressure. But without offensive execution, the team couldn't capitalize. The rookie vowed improvement as the season continues. Defensive pressure reaches historic levels. The Eagles' pressure rate of 68.3% was nothing short of historic. Only 2 teams since 2018 have produced a higher rate in a single game. Philadelphia's defensive strategy centered on overwhelming Herbert with waves of pressure. The execution was flawless. The Chargers had no answer for the relentless pass rush. It was one of the most complete defensive front performances in years. Players like Jordan Davis and Byron Young contributed significantly. Davis posted 1.5 sacks, showcasing his power in the trenches. Young also recorded 1.5 sacks, proving indispensable on passing downs. The unit's depth and versatility were on full display. Multiple rushers created havoc on every snap. Herbert's frustration grew visibly as the game progressed. The defensive front forced Los Angeles into unfavorable situations repeatedly. Third downs became nightmares. Pocket collapse became inevitable. Even quick passes were affected by off-balance throws and deflected trajectories. The Eagles dictated the flow of the game defensively. Their aggression kept them competitive until the very end. However, the emotional tone of the locker room told a different story. Players were frustrated rather than proud. They understood dominance without results means unfinished work. The defense refused to celebrate personal achievements in a loss. Their mentality reflected high standards and a collective desire for team success. This performance may influence future game plans. The coaching staff now recognizes the ceiling of the defensive front when fully unleashed. Opponents will be forced to account for this pass-rushing force. Yet Monday also reminded the team that even elite defensive outings require complementary offensive production. That balance remains a priority moving forward. Head coach Nick Sirianni addressed the media with unwavering confidence. Despite losing 3 straight games, he stressed belief in the players, coaches, and organizational culture. Sirianni emphasized past success and resilience. His message centered on faith in the team's ability to rebound. The tone was firm, steady, and encouraging. Sirianni reiterated that preparation throughout the week was strong. He viewed the loss as a product of execution, not effort. The coaching staff remains committed to identifying weaknesses and correcting them. Sirianni acknowledged the emotional toll of losing streaks, but he maintained optimism rooted in experience and trust. He expects a turnaround fueled by accountability. He spoke about dragging ourselves through the mud on the flight home. The metaphor reflected an honest look at mistakes. Sirianni wants the team to embrace discomfort to achieve growth. Watching film will be crucial in resetting the team mentally. He values transparency and learning from tough moments. His approach prioritizes emotional maturity within the group. Sirianni also stressed the importance of joy and energy in daily work. He believes the team's culture thrives on passion and unity. That identity cannot fade during difficult stretches. The players must reconnect with the mentality that made them successful. Sirianni's confidence resonated as a stabilizing force during uncertainty. His leadership remains a pillar for the team. With a quick turnaround before facing the Raiders, the Eagles must recover quickly. Sirianni emphasized urgency without panic. The team will rely on established habits and preparation. Monday's loss revealed areas needing correction, but the coaching staff believes in the roster's capability to respond. The next game becomes a test of resilience and character. Jalen Hurts shoulders full accountability. Quarterback Jalen Hurts faced reporters with humility and honesty. He accepted full responsibility for the loss. His 4 interceptions proved costly, particularly the overtime pick in the red zone. A touchdown on that drive would have secured victory. Hurts admitted he didn't play well enough. His tone conveyed frustration and determination simultaneously. Hurts entered the matchup with the best touchdown-to-interception ratio in the league. Monday's performance contradicted his season-long efficiency. He acknowledged missing opportunities to capitalize near midfield and in scoring position. Hurts' self-critique reflected his high personal standards. He vowed to study the film extensively. Improvement remains his priority. The quarterback spoke openly about the emotional challenge of tough games. He focused on internal reflection and growth. "How do I respond to it?" became his repeated question. Hurts stressed the importance of resilience. His mindset centers on continuous improvement through adversity. The team values his leadership during difficult stretches. Hurts believes the offense left too many points on the field. From red zone stalls to turnover-driven momentum swings, the unit lacked execution. He credited the defense for keeping the team competitive, but he acknowledged the offense failed to match that intensity when it mattered most. His accountability resonated within the locker room. With another Monday game approaching against the Raiders, Hurts is already preparing. He emphasized urgency and self-correction. His mental approach reflects maturity and commitment to excellence. The quarterback knows the team looks to him for direction. He embraces that responsibility fully. Monday's performance will drive him in the week ahead. A.J. Brown owns his critical mistakes. A.J. Brown finished the night with over 100 receiving yards for the 3rd straight game. Yet he left the field disappointed. Critical drops overshadowed his statistical success. Brown focused on the missed opportunities that could have changed the game's outcome. His self-critique was candid and emotional. He expressed deep frustration with himself. The most painful moment came in the end zone with under 3 minutes left. Brown let a potential touchdown pass slip through his hands. The play would have extended the Eagles' lead. Instead, the opportunity vanished. Brown described it as the moment that hurt the most. He emphasized his responsibility as a trusted target for Jalen Hurts. Earlier, Brown tipped a pass into the air that resulted in an interception. The turnover shifted momentum toward the Chargers. It became a pivotal turning point in the fourth quarter. Brown reflected on the play with disappointment. He acknowledged the need to execute better in high-pressure moments. His accountability mirrored Hurts' approach. Despite making difficult catches throughout the game, Brown dismissed praise. He insisted that big plays mean little if he fails in decisive moments. Brown emphasized the importance of being great when it mattered. His emotional honesty reflected a winning mindset. His leadership through ownership stood out in the aftermath. Brown's comments showed how much the loss weighed on him. He expressed determination to improve and support Hurts. The receiver knows his role is vital to the team's success. His self-awareness strengthens the team's internal culture. Brown's response sets a standard for resilience and responsibility. The Eagles find themselves in unfamiliar territory after 3 consecutive losses. The team's identity has been tested. Defensive excellence contrasts sharply with offensive inconsistency. Leadership from Hurts, Brown, and Sirianni remains crucial. The locker room continues emphasizing unity and accountability. The next few weeks will determine the team's resilience. Players recognize the urgency of correcting mistakes. Opportunities have slipped through grasp during this losing streak. Red zone issues and turnovers have plagued the offense. The defense, despite dominance, cannot carry the team alone. Balance must be restored. The Raiders' matchup presents a chance to reset momentum. The coaching staff faces a tough challenge. Adjustments must be made quickly. Opponents will seek to exploit weaknesses exposed in recent games. The team must refine execution under pressure. Confidence from earlier in the season must be rediscovered. Mental toughness becomes essential at this stage. Philadelphia's veteran leaders understand adversity. Many have played in high-stakes games and overcome similar stretches. Their presence steadies the locker room. Young players like Hunt also step forward with maturity beyond their years. The collective leadership gives hope for recovery. Fans remain anxious but loyal. They saw flashes of dominance against the Chargers. The potential remains undeniable. The question now becomes whether the Eagles can convert potential into results. The scrutiny intensifies as the season narrows. The team's response will define its trajectory. The road forward. Despite the loss, the Eagles carry valuable lessons into the next week. The defensive performance offers a blueprint for success. If the offense can match that intensity, the team has the tools to rebound. The coaching staff aims to channel frustration into focus. Players must turn accountability into execution. Improvement begins immediately. Facing the Raiders on a short week adds pressure. Recovery and preparation overlap. Hurts and Brown must reestablish rhythm. The defense must sustain its historic pressure. Special teams must avoid costly mistakes. Each unit has specific tasks to address. Collective effort will determine the outcome. The team's confidence remains intact. Sirianni's belief in the roster and staff provides stability. Hurts' leadership sets the emotional tone. Brown's accountability strengthens trust. The locker room still believes in its identity. Now, they must translate belief into results on the field. The next game offers an opportunity to reset the season's narrative. A strong performance can halt momentum swings. A win can restore confidence and energize the fan base. The Eagles understand the stakes. They must respond with urgency and discipline. Their season hinges on how they rise from this adversity. In the end, Monday's loss may become a turning point if the lessons shape improvement. The defense showed championship-level potential. The offense acknowledged its shortcomings. The team now faces a defining moment. The road back begins with clarity, accountability, and determination. The fight continues in Philadelphia.